guys to the first edition of Females of the Squared Circle. My name is Ollie Harper. Happy New Year if you are watching us on New Year's Day. Today we have got an absolutely tremendous show lined up for all of you. Today we have got the first interview of Females of the Squared Circle, a brand new project which I hope to try and pursue for the next few weeks. If you don't know who I am, I do a web series called The Gorilla Report, which follows some of the top professional wrestlers who have been in the business, and we do interviews over Skype. And this is going to be my next second project that I have decided to start, which I really want to recognise some of the top female wrestlers throughout the United States and Europe. This series is going to hopefully do that. And what a way we are kicking off this series. The first interview today over Skype is with a lady who is making some she's just making a great impact in places like the United States and Europe. Joining me on the show today is a lady who is very much known for her work in Shine Wrestling and Shimmer Wrestling. Also she's been help trained by WWE Hall of Famer, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Joining me on the show today is none other than Leah Von Dutch. Leah Von Dutch will be joining me in just a little minute. And next week's show we have got quite a big guest coming to Females of the Squared Circle next week. Check this out.
Leah Von Dutch. Leah Von Dutch.
Right guys, we are now back on our brand new spin-off series from the Gorilla Report, Females of the Squared Circle, and my first guest today is a lady who is doing some absolutely excellent things in professional wrestling right now. Of course, competing for such promotions as Shimmer, Shine Wrestling. Over here in the UK, competes for the likes of EAW, Pro Wrestling Eve. This lady is making such a lot of noise right now. I'm very humbled that she took time out of her day. I am joined by none other than Leah Von Dutch. Welcome to the Gorilla Report.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, not a problem. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on the show. Now, of course, at the moment, you are on your UK tour. How's the UK tour coming on?
It's doing really well so far. Everything's fantastic, and we're matches than I did the last time I was in the UK, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's, like I say, of course, whenever you get these experiences to come out here and to to do other things branching off, I bet it's always nice. You're getting to, progress on things and learn different things. So it's always a very humbling experience, I'm going to guess. So anyway, let's start this interview then. So your early growing up, how was the early growing up for you then?
Like how did I get to wrestling kind of thing?
Yeah. How was getting into wrestling?
Well, when I was younger, I was probably about 12 when I started watching wrestling, and that's about the time when Trish and Lita debuted, because they debuted pretty close together.
Yeah.
And once I'd seen Trish, I was instantly a fan, just because she's blonde. Well, she was blonde. She's from Toronto, and she's Canadian, just like me. So that really, she's beautiful. She could kick butt. It was really Trish who inspired me to get into wrestling, and then there was also Lita with her high-flying moves and things like that really, in her confident attitude, that made me envy her as well. So it was probably about when I was 12 years old, I really started getting into wrestling and watching wrestling, and I made, my older sister watch it with me, and that's sort of how that started.
Oh
fantastic. So you were kind of around around the Attitude era is when you were really into it as a fan, and you were really getting invested into these characters, the likes of Lita, Trish Stratus. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so what age was it when it was something where you were really now wanting to pursue it and go into being a professional wrestler?
Well, it was always in the back of my mind that I could do it, but I would probably say it was during university.
Okay.
When I was 18. I went to the University of Windsor.
Yeah.
And there was a great school in Windsor that was ran by Scott Demore. So that's when I felt like I actually had an opportunity to see if I could get into it. And at the time, I went to a school to see. Unfortunately, it was just too expensive for me. You know, I was paying my own tuition at the time, and I couldn't afford wrestling school. But that's when it started, probably when I'd say maybe 18 or 19.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I know also been doing a bit of research into you. You had an affiliation with WWE Hall of Famer, tag team champion who's been all over the world, Adam Edge Copeland. Talk me through your time, because you worked with him at a point.
Yes, yeah, that's how I really started my career, was by writing that essay contest.
Yeah.
I wrote an essay, and Edge chose me as the winner, so I ended up getting free training through Squared Circle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, through Edge, which was great, because like I said, you know, just graduating from university and, you know, you have those bills to pay. It was very, very helpful that I did get free training through him. And and he was really great because he would email me back and forth, and you know, I would send him my matches, and he'd give me critiques, and he'd always give me advice. So he also brought Beth Phoenix in one day to Squared Circle, so I had a chance to pick her brain too. So the both of them were really fantastic in helping me out with my career.
Absolutely fantastic, and of course, when you're getting to compete when you're getting to be around these people that have, you know, they've been all over the world, and you're getting to pick their brain, you're just gonna take that opportunity at its fullest, I'm gonna guess. So, very cool, very cool. I want to ask also, has there ever been a time where did you ever doubt getting into wrestling? Was there ever any doubt?
Well, I think everybody has their doubts, you know. Before, when I tried to first get into wrestling, I was told that I would never make it, and that I was too fat, and I was told all these negative things. So of course there's doubts, but you just, I think for me, I turned it into motivation rather than getting down on myself. I want to prove people wrong. So
turn those negatives into big mighty positives is what you're saying. So okay, so let's talk about another thing I want to ask you also, is the Leah Von Dutch character. Now, of course, you know, you play heels, you can be playing faces. Tell me, in your mind, when you're going out to that ring, what would you put the Leah Von Dutch character to, in terms of how you like to portray yourself to an audience?
Well, actually, that's funny that you bring it up, because I'm currently in the process of trying to sort of reinvent my character. Right now, for my face character, I try to be sort of like the girl next door. I'm always thinking of Trish and what she would do if she was, you know, facing my situation, kind of thing. But I always try to be like the girl next door for my face character, and for when I'm the bad guy, I just try to be the loud, obnoxious girl who you just, you know, the popular girl in high school who you just hated. That's who I try to be.
Sure. So, any of them films like Not Another Teen Movie, American Pie, did you ever like look at those films and for like inspiration on that kind of deal with the heel character then?
Not particularly. I just found it more fun and more entertaining. For the audience, but also for myself to just go out there and be a loudmouth, because that's not really how I am in real life. So it was just a lot of fun to be someone who I'm not.
Sure, definitely, I can understand. Have you got any projects at the moment that you wanna plug throughout this interview?
Any projects? Well, just right now, you know, on my UK tour. If you're in the UK, come and check me out. but I don't really have any sort of projects going on per se right now. You know, once December hits, it's always a bit of a slower month for the wrestling community, I find.
Sure.
But if you're around, you know, I'll be in Germany this Saturday.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I'm also going to be making my Finland debut over there, which is fantastic. So, oh, and I also just got booked for Title Wrestling in Leeds,
Okay.
which is on Tuesday the 26th, and that's the big show with Colt Cabana and Adam Cole and those guys. So I'm really super pumped that I just got on that show.
Fantastic. Of course, you know, and again, you know, you can pick, you know, go around there, see what, you know, to get to talk to those guys, see, you know, pick things off them. It's brilliant. Why not? You know, why not go around and see how much, you know, there's always another thing of learning in wrestling. I think that's absolutely tremendous. So another thing I want to talk about also, you've been over a few times to the UK, you've done Europe a few times, is Pro Wrestling Eve. Tell me through your first time getting to Pro Wrestling Eve.
Pro Wrestling Eve, that was a lot of fun actually. That was I had first come over, I think it was maybe a Friday I got over, and the show was the next day. And Pro Wrestling Eve was really great because that was the first time I met all of the other female workers. The first time I met all those girls from the UK, and I had a chance to do 2 matches. The audience was great. I was able to be a heel, and that was the first time really, one of the first times where I really got to be a heel character, because now I find the more bookings I get, I find that I'm a more entertaining heel than a face, so I'm getting booked as a heel more. But with Pro Wrestling Eve, it was a lot of fun meeting all the girls. Tommy Dreamer and Ted DiBiase were there too, which was awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
And the fans were fantastic. They were really into the show, so I was really that was a great show to start off my tour with.
Absolutely fantastic. And another one, let's also plug also EAW, tell me through, of course, Extreme American Wrestling. They do a hell of a job here in the UK, run by Mr. Nick Ashbury, I believe his name is. Does an absolutely tremendous job. Plug on him. How was getting into the EAW?
EAW is great because that was actually the first time I've had pyro.
Oh, hey.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Shanna, she had her pyro, but, you know, her entrance is so long that the pyro actually set off the fire alarm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it didn't set it off while we were going, but it set it off with, like, the next match, I think. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. But EAW, the crowds there are great. They're always really big. You know, the kids are super involved. I love working in front of kids, and they have those inflatable hammers, which are fantastic. And I did the EAW show on the 3rd of November, and, you know, it was a packed house. It was awesome. Nick's great. He's a fantastic promoter, and I highly recommend getting in touch with him if you're a wrestler in the UK.
Yeah, there's always very much. I always hear with Nick. He's. I mean, I've not actually been to one of his shows. I really do want to make the ride up to try and get to one of them at some point down the line. I hear that people are being turned away because he has like a full house on such a consistent basis. It's such a nice thing when that's how it is on a very fluent basis with his shows. He very much promotes them very well, and then when he's bringing in such great talents as yourself and others, it's always really good for the show as well, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they sold out like before he even opened the doors. He sold out. He did his pre-sales and sold completely out this past show. So that was awesome.
Oh, fantastic. Now then, one thing I'd like to do with you, I do it with a lot of my guests. It's called word affiliation. Basically, the first thing that comes to your mind, I'm going to say some talents, some names in the wrestling business. I'm going to try and keep it as relevant to people you've worked with as much as I can. So give me one word or a sentence, whatever comes into your mind. So, first one, we're going to start with Shelly Martinez.
Vampire.
Okay. Next one, Joey Legend.
Joey Legend. Oh, just fantastic. I've never, you know, been around him, but yeah.
Okay, a lady that we had on the show on season 1, Better known as Jazzy to her friends, the alpha female.
She's fantastic. Very tall.
Okay. One more. Let's see if I can another one. Shana, Portugal's perfect athlete.
It depends if I'm her tag team partner or not. That's the thing. She's a great worker, perfectionist for sure.
Okay. Let me think. Let me get us one more. Christina Von Uri. There you go.
Hilarious. She's awesome. I love her.
Yeah. Okay. Amber O'Neill.
Oh, very southern, very. She is. I love her accent. She's a very lovely girl.
All right. Okay. That's cool. I think we're gonna wrap up on the word association. Thanks for playing on that. Now, another thing also I want to talk about, of course, we'll say some of the names that we were saying in there are from, of course, Shine Wrestling, based in the United States. They do a hell of a job. Again, if you want to see great women's wrestling, check out Shine Wrestling. I'll put all the links onto the websites if you've not actually checked them out, guys. Shine Wrestling. How was getting into Shine Wrestling for you?
Shine Wrestling is actually probably my favorite promotion to work for. They really gave me a chance. They let me show what I can do.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to work against like Santana and Nikki Rocks, and those two girls are just really great. I love Shine Wrestling. I'm really happy to be a part of it, and my storyline there definitely isn't finished, so it's not going to be the last time you see me there yet. So.
There you go. A little bit of a cheap plug on the future on what we can be seeing from you down the line. Very cool. And another thing, let's talk about Shimmer as well. How was getting in working for Shimmer?
Shimmer was a very crazy experience because I've never worked for a promotion where they do 2 tapings in one day for 2 days in a row. So, we're there all day. It's all the top female wrestlers in North America, some even from Japan, some from the UK. It has a whole different atmosphere than any other place I've been because we have all these ladies who are trying to prove who they are, like prove themselves in the wrestling business. I was very grateful that Shimmer put me on their main card for one of the shows because I originally just went down there for Sparkle to get some experience, and I was very grateful that they gave me a chance to show what I can do. So I would love to go back there sometime in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I've been very fortunate. I've been able to check out some of the Shimmer stuff on YouTube.com. There's some really good, again, Shine, Shimmer. They all do a great job in really showing great women's wrestling very much at its full, which is absolutely tremendous. Next year, is there anything that you want to be doing in 2014? Is there anything that you've got your sights set on at the moment?
I would love to get signed.
Hey, definitely. You want to? Is there a particular one that I'm guessing but would you ever consider wanting to go to somewhere like TNA at all, or?
Well, I would love to. Anywhere I can go would be fantastic. I would definitely love to go to the WWE because they did follow my career from the very beginning. When I won that Edge essay contest, I am on his Blu-ray DVD, like on the extra, so they have been following my career. And before that, I actually went to a show when I was probably, I'd say, 17, and they did an interview with me that got on TV too.
Oh.
So I just feel like it's the natural progression.
Yeah.
Just because they have followed me from when I was like 16 or 17.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's brilliant. Like I say, I really hope that you get your chance. I think you're obviously you're very hardworking, you're very ambitious, and you want to go out there and do it. And I really do hope that you do end up somewhere like the WWE. I think that'll be absolutely tremendous. Of course, they've got the big performance center down there as well, which is just absolutely incredible, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I have said this before, but I would love to go down there because they have this, there's a lot of different reasons, but they have this one ring that has, I don't know if it's like a foam pit in the middle or if it's just like softer in the middle, but it helps you for high flying moves. So, and I would really like to expand my high flying move set, and that would be like that would be awesome to go down there and get in that ring.
Absolutely fantastic. Let's see, anything else we can chat about? I think that have you got any final words that you want to say today?
Oh, well, you can just, follow me on Twitter and on Facebook underneath Leah Von Dutch. And I've been kind of documenting my UK tour lately. So on YouTube, I have an account. It's Leah Von Dutch. I've been doing LVD TV. So just keep your eye out for that. And you can also get merchandise from Pro Wrestling T/Leah Von Dutch. And I also wanted to thank everybody who bought merchandise, like pictures and t-shirts in October, because I ended up raising $200 for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. So that was really fantastic because my proceeds went there. So thank you so much.
Absolutely fantastic. That is absolutely tremendous. Really, really good there, right there. Congratulations with the fundraising. Absolutely brilliant. Like I say, I think that about wraps it up for sure. I just want to say a very big thank you to Miss Leah Von Dutch for coming on the show. Have you enjoyed it today?
Yes, I did. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, not a problem. I just want to say, I wish you all of the very, very best with your career. I think that, you've got the right attitude, and I really, I hope that you do end up in the WWE or, one of the big two companies down the line. I think, you would fit in like you'd fit in like the glass slipper. It just fits perfect,
Oh, okay.
But that is that, and that is everything for today, guys. I hope this is episode 1 of Females of the Squared Circle. My name's Ollie Harper, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care, guys.